There's a new song that I wrote. I wrote a song, and I did it by chords. When I wrote this song, it was a chord discovery that wrote the song. And the first thing that I discovered was it was in an A minor, it was an A bass, that if I had this chord, which I just like probably fooling around, like how many notes can I press it down at the same time? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes. Oops, there's 7 right there, but 6 right there. By thumbing 2 of them, C and D, with my first finger, second finger, E, third finger, G, fourth finger, B, and fifth finger, D, and an A bass. Now by doing that, I was creating a chord, and I really liked it, and I just was probably fooling, and for some reason I shrunk to this chord, and I don't know why I did, but I was on the way to somewhere, and it was this, which is kind of the same kind of feel. So basically what happened was this discovery chord led to this discovery chord, led to this discovery chord, and then this discovery chord. And then, of course, back to the first chord, which is just an inversion of this. Because I knew the first chord. I could figure out the first chord. It's an A minor, 7, 2, 4. So it's got all the additions of a minor chord in it. Wait. All the additions of a minor chord. And that is with that thumb of the C and D, which makes the fourth right there out of the A minor. But then the second one was an interesting discovery. See, I would never ever know what this was until I had to analyze it, and I wouldn't even know what to analyze it for years after I wrote it or saw it. That's the part you picture something with a B with this E flat and an F sharp. That's how I used to think this thing, and a C and a C with a B in the bass, but it sounds okay. Why? Especially after this. And look at this. And I went to the C major 7 thing. 6 in a major is fine. C major 7 right there off of C. A 2, perfect in every major 7. A 3, a 5 in a major 7. And then as I was fooling around with these 3 chords, sometimes I slipped into just a straight B minor. Here's a B minor 7 and an A minor 7, 2. Remember, the letter is not in the right hand. It's only on the left hand. Oh, look at that. I'm putting a D in there with that C. Oh, so anyways, I finally kind of figured it out as a C diminished 7. I don't know if that's right. A C diminished 7 with a B bass, but I kind of put a D in there too. So it's just a great, I don't know, I guess you call it a squish chord or something like that. Yeah, all located in this song. Hold on here. I'm just all doing this stuff. I always want to say that the songs are titled later, I guess you could say. This is I Am Lost by the Siren, but I Am Lost by the Siren come way after I discovered these 3 chords. Actually, 4 chords. Because the 4th chord is a straight B minor 7, not a C diminished 7, which is important in the song. In this particular song, the difference between a B minor 7 and a C diminished 7 with a B bass is very important. And I'll explain soon, but anyways, and here's that A minor. So it doesn't even look like an A minor, right, in the right hand. It looks like a C major 7 just doubled on the octave, but it's got an A in the bass. That was the fool thing, here I'm sitting, maybe playing. I don't know how I got to that, but in my life I figured I liked that A minor 2 with my thumbing there, and also this new one that I discovered, which was with my thumbing of the minor 3rd and the 4th and the 5th and the 7th and the 2nd and the 4th. The melody. Oh, I didn't know it was the melody at the time. Take that back. It wasn't quite the melody at the time. It was going to become the melody as it just crawled down the keyboard, and then B minor 7, right? B minor 7, and then crawl down to A minor 7, and back to the beginning, and the next second chord as before, and then kind of jamming it. Watch what I did with the melody. Watch what I did. Here we go. I got the view on the large side here. Here I go here. Remember, whenever I start my songs, we're looking at the letters. We're looking at the letters of the chords or the bottom of the fraction. If there's a fraction here, you got to play the B on the bottom of the fraction. But we're looking at the letters as our bass left hand in octave, 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 octave. In the right hand, we're going to try to play pretty close to the right hand that's the final version that I've written. But the main concentration should be the pointing out of the thumbing of like a C and a D right there, or well, these are background notes, but of the very top note, which is the melody right there. It's the very top note, and that is, except for these right down, which are in between notes, which I don't like to jump ahead. I'll later jump on that. But let me just say, when I'm onto this big fat whole note chord here, C, D, E, G, B, D. It's an A minor 7, 2, 4. That is so cool. And then, okay, then I crawl down. I was saying that B minor 7. Here's that B minor 7. A minor 7. There's that fat 4. And then the diminished with a B bass. And then the C major 7, 2. B minor. And then A minor 7, 2. And then C diminished with a B bass. Let me flip the page. Here's that C major 7, 2, 6. See it again? C major 7, 2, 6 right there. Thumbed. Another one of those great thumb twos. Not inside thumbing always a 2, but it's thumbing two keys. Thumbing 2 keys. Oh, wait. That D right there was the top of a note somewhere that I could play along with at 10:30 in the morning on Tuesdays in where I have my music studio. Every first Tuesday of the month, I was 50 feet from a police and fire station and their tower that tested for the hurricanes or tornadoes that had to go doo, and that note happened to be a D. And I could play that common note. And the thing would go, and then it come, and then it go, and I then wrote, I am lost by the siren. I am lost by the siren. Because the siren is... It was a Tuesday morning in my studio, my piano studio where I would teach, and it would just be such a cool thing that I wrote this song, just hanging around with students, just getting to work, and it was great. But anyways, fooling with these chords created a song, and I want to teach it to you. It's called "I Am Lost" by the Siren, and this is the no chord part. So this is a theme. A theme? I think you call it a theme. It's a theme throughout here. To the B minor. The chorus. This song starts with the chorus. This is like, some songs start with the chorus. This starts with the chorus. And it's based on these 4 chords. A minor 7, 2, C 7, C diminished 7, with a B bass, C major 7, 2, 6, and B minor 7. And then there's an A minor 7. But then we're right back to the beginning. So you look at these 2 chords are the same. This chord right here and this chord right here. This is the same chord right here, the same chord. This is the same chord right here, the same chord right here. A minor is... Same chord. So really, it's almost like a repeat. Almost. By the way, I never write repeats. Why should you ever have to write repeats again? Because you have software now that can just print it. Just copy and paste. Why? You should never have a repeat again. Why should anyone have to have a repeat again? Think about it. This day and age, you don't need to do any repeating. And that way, you know that people will play it. If it's written on page after page after page, you have to keep on going. They don't have to remember to go back and repeat and then play that section again. Well, a lot of people don't. or especially if it's just a one section repeat and they don't do it, and then they miss the song whole point. But if you're now, like in these days, you can copy and paste that section again and again and again, or later, and it's a great thing. I use it all the time because I don't ever write repeats. I used to know a great person that was a writer that said he never wrote repeats. And I asked him why, and he goes, because that way I know they'll play the section again. I like that idea. So anyways, all right, so here I am on I Am Lost by the Siren. And what is happening in the left hand? Oh, that's, I'm going to go to the beginning, I guess, if I was beginning right here. I'm just playing the letter names in the left hand. Little fifth action. Preceding fifth. The preceding fifth of the note coming next, which is in the C major 7. Octave, octave, octave. So everything's in the octave from the very beginning. There's an A and an A. There's a B and a B, and then a B, but then with the preceding fifth of the note coming, which is G of the fifth of C. And then B, 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 B. There's nothing but octaves there. And then the preceding fifth. The fifth of A. A is coming out of a B, so I'm not going to use an F sharp of a B. I'm going to use the fifth off of an A. Then back to B. Octave, 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 B, B, B. But the preceding fifth of the next note is G. So that's like the kicker. The preceding fifth is like the kicker. And then here's the F sharp preceding the B. See? And here's the preceding E of the A. And then B, of course, is the C diminished. Diminished 7 with a 2, I think I put in there. With a B bass, a fraction. And then the preceding is G. It's not F sharp, it's G because it's preceding to the C. I'm going to flip the page. C. Preceding F sharp to those B's. A and A, A and A, and then a no chord. All I think is D's anywhere on the keyboard, which is going to bring up a point right now. What do I do? What do I? That's the next. Follow the top note. Remember this part? Start with the chorus. I am lost by the siren, the siren. But then the verse is after that D. D, 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 D. Follow the top note. Anyway, look at the bottom though. What am I doing down there? This is the part that I wanted to show this week. What is the left hand going to do other than just hit the octave or the root fifth, the preceding root of the chord? It could do this. What? It could pick out the, look at this chord that I'm going to break every other note. Okay, so I've got, it is actually an A minor, based on the A minor, 7, 2. All spread, every note that you can do, play along with it, except the A, because you don't need that one, in the right hand. And don't forget the melody is D. But look at the break way I'm going to take it. I'm going to take A, just out of these notes right here. I'm going to take A, and every other. So I'm going to take this note out here, right? And then the next one would be, take this note out here, right? The next one would be here, take this note here. And I went to get all the way, so I went, I'm actually playing this part right here. With the first one being in here, but then I'm right in the chord. I can't hit the D up top too, not missing anything all the way up here, because up here, there is no D. Because the D is above the limit of the keyboard. So when I do the left, so I'm really showing the left hand here is really kind of like this. Watch that. I wanted to go and crawl that up and then go back to the beginning. So I wanted to go to the root first and then do the crawl, the broken chord crawl, the return. And no matter what, while I was thinking about doing the left hand of the song, I wanted to return after, like a lot of times in like stride piano or chord or bass note chord type playing, it doesn't return to the bass note. It just goes bass note, then the chord, but it doesn't go back. I said, in I Am Lost by the Siren, my song, I want to go back. So I want to go here, back, and now look in the B with the C diminished. That's just an inversion of that. There it is, C diminished. I don't have the time to go boom boom boom. I don't have that. I just have the time of one beat, so I can only go. I want to go back. No matter what chord I'm playing, I want to go back. Watch, here's the C. Back. The B minor. I gotta go back. Back. C diminished with B bass. I want to go back. C, major 7. Back. See, I don't have the time to go crawl it all up to the major 7, even though it is a major 7, because I only have the time, because time is 50% of music. So, to crawl up that... I'm not going to play the right hand. I will sacrifice the brokenness of the upper chord to get back, because I want to get back in the bass part to always to emphasize and also accent whatever bass note that is in I Am Lost by Siren. That's what I'm doing here. See, back, to where I started. Well, here I'm doing this straight back. I'm going octave, chord, octave. All right. I'm doing straight. There's right. Back. So there's one exception. And we still have. If I have to hold on that A minor, I'm just gonna keep going like I'm a stock record. And then D. No chord. So I really am. Enough said. Isn't that cool? Remember, I don't have enough notes up there, so I'm kind of squishing it. I was playing on top of each other. That's cool. Now, what I do then is nuts. What I do then is I completely transpose up one half step by going all of the flats. When I will actually get starting on D flat, A flat, E flat. I will get to, if I take A minor 7-2. And I raise it to B flat minor 7-2. Look, all spread out. And then I have my new odd note is a C sharp diminished with a C bass. Remember before it was a C bass with my odd chord was a C diminished with a B bass. Now it's a C sharp because I've gone everything up a half step from an A minor 7-2 to a B flat minor 7. Look, I can thumb 2 right here just like I come through. You can still thumb 2 flats at the same time. You can thumb 2 letters. But look at this. I can do the same pattern. Remember before it was A minor. Well, in B flat it is. Right? And then what? Yes, you can do the same thing. Look, when I go like this here. It's unusual, I guess. Watch this. I'm going to do something unusual when I'm in A minor. I'm on the C major 7-2 with then a D bass. Keeping it C major 7-2 bass. And a D, and a D, and a D, because it's a D no chord section. And C no chord section. Listen to an unusual thing to do. Go right up a half step by going. Wait, I went from to here, and everything matches. See, instead of, I have now a B flat minor 7, and then to a C sharp diminished with a C bass, the transitional chord, then a D flat major 7, 2, then a straight C minor 7. Just like we had a straight B minor 7 before, now we have a straight C minor 7 on the way down. B flat minor 7, 2, 4. Then C sharp diminished with a C bass. Then a D flat major 7. And then on the way down, just pure minor 7. Right? I think that's great. Then what is the fraction off of a C major 7 with a D bass? It's D flat major 7 up 1 half step with an E flat bass. It still holds there, so it goes. I have to start way down here. Wait, let me see if I can keep octaves. Watch the crawl up instead of A minor 7. Remember, we're doing this crawl. Here it is in B flat. And then remember how I when I was in A minor, I went to B and then to the C sharp diminished. No, C diminished. Sorry, C diminished with the B bass with just a up down, and then C. But now I'm going to do it from C to a C sharp. It's such a weird combination, but it sounds good. See that C with a C sharp diminished, and then to a D flat major 7 too. That's up from the C. See, it's amazing when you change only by a half step how much it changes. Look at this. Here's a C major 7 6. I'm putting two notes with my thumb, but I'll just make it pure. Of just a C major 7 2. C major 7 2 3 5 major 7. Now watch me move it up by 1 half step. Look how much it changes. You get the E flat. You get flats in there instead of all letters. You get some flats in there. And of course, if you keep going, you get if you go one down, you get all sharps. But anyways, that's the cool thing about the keyboard is you have all these different pictures that you will recognize after a while. Yes, you will, but repetition, repeat rhymes with E. Another thing in Studio E, repeating notes, repeat chords, repeat pictures, repeat. That is exactly what's going to help you a whole bunch. Because the more you find a good sound, and then you'll remember it, you'll want to remember it because it sounds so good. You want to remember it like, hey, you know what? I really want to remember that. You know why? Because it sounds good. But then if I'm in an area and I have to learn how to go up a half step in order to get that sound the same, then I have to learn how to crawl one note at a time until I see it. Once I see it, once you see what combinations you need in that certain street, whatever you are, on that certain chord out of that street, you will get it fast. It'll get fast. But mostly seeing it, just seeing it and feeling it and seeing it. But the feel is, we've talked about all kinds of different things in between, the sharps and the flat, the 3s and the 2s, stuff like that. But anyways, I'm digressing way away from the main thing. Transpose up 1 half step. So why can't I do the same thing? Return to the bottom, D flat, return to the bottom, C minor 7 on the way down, D flat minor 7 2, return to the bottom, D flat, C minor 7 2, 7-2, and then C sharp with a C bass, transitional chord, D flat. Isn't that cool? And then the fraction of D flat major 7-2 with an E flat bass up from D bass with a C major 7-2 on the top. So we have transposed them by just going. Sometimes I just do all the flats in time, so it hits at the right time. But I'm coming out of that D. Yeah. So that's a verse and a chorus. Actually, a chorus and a verse. It always goes chorus, verse, and I am lost by the time it starts with the chorus. And then it goes chorus, verse, and more of the verse in a different key